Because it's the middle of cherry season, what I thought I'd do is actually saute them up with a little bit of shallots and bacon and serve them on a crostini with goat cheese. This is going to pair very nicely with our cherry mint julep. A lot of people don't realize that cherries actually have a very savory quality to them, so when you add just a little bit of salt to them, they're going to take nicely to savory dishes. So the first thing we want to do is actually begin to cut up our bacon. What we're doing is we're creating lardons. So a lardon is essentially about 1/4 of an inch diced by 1 inch length. And this just makes a really nice garnish. It's also going to help to render out more fat. And if at all, you could have the opportunity to buy slab bacon. I prefer using slab bacon for cooking as opposed to pre-sliced bacon. It gives you more control over how to cut your bacon. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this into a cold saute pan, and the fact that it's cold is going to help to render out more of the bacon fat. So we're gonna add to this recipe a little bit of shallots. What we wanna do is just very thinly slice them. Shallots, also related to the onion family, they're a little bit milder and sweeter than onions, so I really like these with the application of fruit. And we're just going to saute these up. We're going to render the bacon first, and then we'll add the shallots to saute. So we're going to go ahead and render the bacon. So we want to put it in a cold pan and just allow for the fat to render out. This is very easy to do. You want to start it on a high heat, and then you'll take it down to a medium heat, and again that'll get out as much of the fat as possible. And we want to use that fat to saute and soften up the shallot. Nothing better than the sound of bacon frying. So once we've rendered off enough of the fat, what we're going to do is we're going to add to this our shallots, and that's going to cook in that bacon fat as well. So once the shallots begin to become translucent, break down a little bit, then you know you're ready for your cherries. So you can see the shallots are becoming translucent. They're beginning to break down a little bit. So now we're ready for our cherries. We're going to add our pitted quartered cherries into this, and we want to give it a hit of salt. And I'm just using kosher salt here. And some pepper. You do need to be mindful of the fact that you're using cured bacon, which is going to be naturally salty, so you may want to adjust your salt according to the bacon. The most important part of cooking is tasting. That's really good. I think we're ready to plate up. So we've created the perfect bite to go with our cherry mint julep. What we've done is we've sauteed up some bacon with shallots and cherries, and we're just going to put this on top of a crostini. And we're going to just line them on the plate here. And we're going to finish it with just a little bit of goat cheese, and that will tie it all together. And I always find it's important to have that perfect bite that's intensely seasoned with salt, especially with a nice cocktail right when you get home from a long day at work, just to get you ready for dinner. And we're just going to finish this with a few crumbles of goat cheese right on top. So we have our bacon, shallot, cherry crostini with our cherry mint julep.